Hey, what's up YouTube? My name's Joe, and if this is your first time to my channel, cheers. In this channel, we talk all about how you can start and grow your digital marketing career, and today is all about client relationships. So imagine that there are two marketers. So you have digital marketer A, digital marketer B, and they're both working for your business. They both do great copy, they both have great design skills, run Facebook ads, and run marketing that brings all the boys to the yard. That's kind of weird. But there's one difference, and that difference is client relationships. So one of the marketers, so we'll say digital marketer A, is amazing when it comes to client relationships. And client relationships are like huge when it comes to digital marketing and being a digital marketer, because you could be the best digital marketer in the world, but if clients don't really like working with you and they kind of feel awkward working with you, and they're just going to end up choosing another digital marketer over you who they feel more connected to. And if you don't believe me yet and you're just starting out, trust me, just stick around for a little bit and you'll realize that the client relationship goes a long way. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you and share about my experiences, and also 3 ways that are easy and effective but a little quirky, to help you create better client relationships with your clients. So if you're a digital marketer, and I'm here to help you get better, recognition, make more money, and ultimately just have better client relationships so that you can enjoy what you do. At the end of the day, we, love what we do, but we love who we do it with. And when you love the clients that you work with, which I think after 10 years, I'm starting to realize that loving the clients I work with and loving helping them and growing their businesses and caring about them ultimately comes through in the work I do. And if I don't think good things about them and have good energy towards them, it's just not going to work out in the end. And they're going to feel it, I'm going to feel it, and we're all going to be miserable until they decide to go to a new agency, and nobody wants to do that anyways. So yes, let's get into the 3 tips. So there's 3 tips for building better client relationships, and they're going to be set, ask, and defend. So that's SAD. That's the acronym, is SAD. So the 3 ways to build better client relationships are SAD. It's set clear expectations. So this means from the start of every project and every meeting, and of the relationship and of the project. So 2 phases here. In the beginning of the relationship, when you first sign on the client and you're first meeting with them, at our agency, we do what's called a kickoff meeting. And in that meeting, essentially, you're going to be setting the expectation of, here's what it's going to be like to work with us, and here's what we expect of you. If we're doing good things, let us know. If you're really happy with the service we're providing, let us know. We want to know when we're doing a good job, and just as equally, we want to know when we're not doing a good job. We want to talk about it. We want to make sure that we are on the same page. We want to get aligned, and we want to move forward from there. And then there is, as the relationship's ongoing, you want to set expectations around each project. And that means being very, very, very clear about why. Why are you doing what you're doing in the project? What is the target? And ultimately, as tough as this may be to stop, when the client's like, hey, we want to run this new campaign. Can you guys get it up by Friday? And it's Friday. You just have to stop and say, okay, yeah, let's do that. The first, let's take 5 minutes. Let's sync to understand what it is that you're trying to do, how much you're trying to spend, and set expectations for what our targets will be. Doing that as a digital marketer is going to save your relationships, because what's going to happen if not is, imagine digital marketer B, who is not good at communication, comes in and says, yeah, I'm excited, let's go. And it's not like digital marketer B isn't a good digital marketer. He's excited, he's a passionate guy, like we all are as digital marketers, right? But he comes in and he ends up screwing up the project, because by Monday he's already spent $5,000 over the weekend, because he assumed that's what the client wanted to spend. Never getting clearance on that with the client. Client's mad by Monday. Client's not sure why digital marketer B didn't even ask for budget. He thought they were aligned. And the whole time, digital marketer B is like, wait, I thought you wanted me to grow your business. Yes, we did, digital marketer B, but you have to talk to the client about that first. You have to get clearance on that. You have to just be aligned with them. You have to come with a clear plan, especially if you're on the strategist level. You have to be bringing plans and bringing next steps to the client based on your recommendation. That's, what you need to do as a digital marketer. So set expectations on the beginning of the relationship, and then as you're going with each project, whether it's around budget, timelines, expectations for cost per lead or cost per purchase, what you're going to get out of the deal, and how much you're responsible for and how much the client's responsible for. Is the client writing copy or are we writing copy? All of those things need to be clearly communicated to the client and with the client each time, and just have a conversation about it. It only takes a couple minutes. But I know that is a key thing. So that is setting clear expectations in the start of relationship and every project. Next, in the SAD acronym, we have ASK. That's going to be asking why in every meeting to gain a deeper understanding of both their motivations and for ideas and strategies. So what I mean here is asking the client why, and then pausing and listening. What this is going to allow is for you to be able to understand and position yourself more as an expert versus just, hey, I'll do whatever you ask. I'm a pair of hands. Now, if you're just starting out, you may just be a pair of hands, but I want you to start practicing asking why and then listening, because through doing that and practicing that, you'll be a better marketer. This is why introverts make such amazing marketers, because they listen. And this is it. That's just the pause right there, just listening. As awkward as it feels, just ask why. See how awkward that feels? It probably feels awkward even for you watching this video, but it feels more awkward for me just looking at a camera and just pausing and listening. And learning to do that on calls, you're going to be able to give the client room to speak and actually hear what they're saying and actually understand why they decided with the strategy they went with. And a lot of times what I found is there is really no reason why. They just are good at making decisions and just decided to make that decision and said, let's go this way. And they're usually open to hearing what you think. And that's when it's more powerful, because now they've asked you, what do you think, digital marketer A or digital marketer B? Digital marketer B probably didn't even take time to pause. He probably just steamrolled the whole meeting, went on and said, I crushed that thing. But you're a digital marketer A, so congrats. So you're going to ask why, whether it comes to a idea that the client has or a strategy they want to recommend. So maybe they say, hey, we should be running Bing ads. We're running Google ads, but we should be running Bing ads. And maybe it's a pharmaceutical company for people who are over 50. Now, I may think why they would be running Bing, and that's probably going to be because Bing a lot of times has an older demographic. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to ask why, and then listen. And that's what you should do too if you want to better build relationships with your clients. Number 3 is the last one in the SAD acronym. It's defend your client against the jury of your mind. So what I mean here, it sounds kind of woo-woo, but you're going to defend the client against the jury of your mind, because your mind is always trying to come up with the easiest thing to do. And a lot of times when we're working with clients, things can get tough. We can feel like we have ownership in the businesses just as much as they do, and that their results, if they're not strong, now we're failing. And we failed our clients. And it can be easy mentally to come up with excuses as to why the client is, wild for thinking that they could hit these targets. The client's goals are too absurd. The client. And that's our mind telling us the client is not your teammate, but they're actually your enemy. But in reality, we're teammates with our clients. And the way that we think about our clients is ultimately how we treat our clients. And that's going to come through in meetings, in Slack, in email, and ultimately in the way that the relationship forms or comes apart. So what I want you to do is think about it as you are defending your client against the jury, and it's your job in your mind to always be on your client's side and to fight for your client. So when you start to think, why did they even choose this logo? Out of the 5 logos they had, just think, okay, I can see some elements of this logo that are actually pretty strong, and I know who their customer base is. And even though it doesn't fully make sense to me, let me work on understanding why. Let me ask questions, and then let me just be on the side of the client and really just, dig into being on their side versus trying to be against them in my mind, but then in person with them, trying to build relationships because I have a job to do. Thinking like that, one, makes you hate what you do every day, and two, it's going to show to the client, and they're going to see you as an authentic and just ingenuine. So that completes the SAT acronym. It's first, you're going to set clear expectations from the start of the relationship and with every project. Then we're going to ask why in every meeting and pause. Wait 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And you just kind of listen to the client from there. And then you're going to defend your client from the jury of your mind. So you're going to make sure that you're always fighting for your client and not against your client. Doing these 3 things is going to help you build better rapport with your clients and long-term relationships. And a lot of times you'll get to work with clients on other projects and they'll refer you to other people they know. At the end of the day, we all kind of do the same things, whether you're an account manager, digital marketer, and the skills that we do are so available anywhere you go online. You watch a YouTube video on how to do YouTube ads, search ads, Facebook ads. And it's just so easy to get into this that I believe that the next level is being able to really build genuine relationships with your clients and just giving them a good feeling of working with you, because that is what they're going to want. That makes it easier for them to understand what you're doing with digital marketing, because things are going everywhere all the time. And as well as just making it feel like, hey, when I work with you, I feel like we're getting somewhere. I feel like you get me, and I feel like I can just say a couple things and you get what I'm saying. But when that's not there and that rapport isn't there, it's a nightmare to work with somebody. So work on your being effective with communicating with your clients and building better relationships with them as a digital marketer. And I want to know, which tip are you going to focus on in your next client meeting? So remember, SAD, set, ask, defend. And I want to know which one you're going to focus on. Drop it in the comments below. And thanks for watching this video, and thanks for joining me today. And let's get back to work.